Previously in Room 8, Jewel of Depression. As Dag and Gaiper were enjoying their morning tea together, they both stumble upon today's newspaper, as well as seeing the face to go with the name Patrick Gonzalez. Dag discovered that the man helped design the weather globe system, but was fired from the company just recently, and the NCDF theorized that the man took his own life due to this. However, upon discovering this information, Dag remained skeptical. He still believed that Patrick was murdered. While reading the morning paper, Tillian was fixing Dag's balcony door, and upon completion, took Dag's favorite book as payment. But when Proxim called out to the boy that it was time to go, Dag again noticed the odd behavior from Tillian. Dag then went to the market to buy some milk and also to buy a bottle of milk for Garn as a favour. Stepping into Garn's room for the first time, Dag laid his eyes on a magnificent piece of painting on the wall. He quickly realised that the painting meant a lot to Garn, since the bear used to be a sailor. Dag also discovered that Garn and Bailey have known each other for over 40 years, due to the portrait in Garn's room. On his way back to Room 8, Dag came across Deloba, who is an old acquaintance that he met back at the clinic 10 years ago. He discovered that Deloba is moving into the apartment and is staying in Room 3. Just about as Dag was about to enter Room 8, he discovered that the door was left half opened. Remembering that he locked the door before leaving, he quickly realised that someone must have broken in. Fearing that Gaiper could potentially be in danger, Dag charges into Room 8 with all his might. Chapter 5. To fulfill a promise. Gaiper! Gaiper, are you okay? Dag quickly wraps his arms around Gaiper's body and thoroughly expects his friend for any problems. Gaiper expresses a confused face as he looks deeply up into Dag's eyes, but nods to confirm that he is fine. The huge tension in Dag's body begins to relax a little. He gives the hair a rather tight hug, since his anxiety has suddenly risen to very high levels. Dag can't help but imagine the worst outcome for his friend, and wouldn't know what he'd do if something had happened to Gaiper. Dag quickly checks around the room, seeing if there are any signs of the intruder. However, nothing turns up as suspicious. He realizes that nothing has even been taken. However, Dag does notice that the suitcase on the round table has been moved. Whoever broke in was only interested in this suitcase? Dag inspects the suitcase and discovers various new scratch marks all over its body, particularly around the keyhole. Guess they couldn't get it to open. As Dag continues to inspect the suitcase, he accidentally presses against the black square. What's this? The black square suddenly falls off the suitcase, and inside the small compartment, Dag finds a small key. Interesting. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Gaiper? Wasting no time, Dag quickly inserts the key into the suitcase and discovers that it snugly fits just fine. After opening the suitcase, Dag immediately feels his anxiety swelling up inside from seeing the gun. Careful, Gaiper. Okay, Dag. Calm down. Relax. Isn't this one of the NCDF weapons? What's it doing in here? Aside from the gun, there is also a scrapped piece of paper with some handwriting on it. Dag carefully picks it up to give it a read. If you are reading this, then I am no longer of this world. My mission to expose the truth has failed. I only hope that whoever finds this message will continue my legacy in bringing the organization known as ARC down. To do this, I have hidden 2 keys somewhere inside the Stable Mirage apartment. One is below the ocean waves, and the other above the true sky. If you can solve these clues, the truth will be revealed. Please, if I can't complete my mission, let this suitcase fall into the right hands. Also, please tell my daughter, Syria Gonzalez, that I will always love her and that I am deeply sorry. Patrick Gonzalez. Patrick Gonzalez? So, this suitcase actually belonged to Patrick? He must have had this suitcase delivered here and was planning on coming to this apartment himself. If what he says on this piece of paper is true, then he couldn't have been planning suicide. Otherwise, he'd purposefully fail his mission. If he was planning on coming here to carry on his mission, then that would mean that his death wasn't suicide, which only leaves the alternative, murder. His mission is to expose the truth about an organization called ARC. Have you heard of this name, Guyper? Dag enters into deep thought, processing all the information that he just learned. And after a moment of silence, he finally decides. Right, I've decided to carry out Patrick's request. If Patrick felt he needed to bring down this ARC, but was murdered for it, then something big must be going on. Dag realizes the dangers he could be putting himself in, but his curiosity overshadows his doubts and is now eager to find out the truth and fulfill Patrick's last wish. He knows that the thought of not knowing the truth would just keep lingering in his mind for the rest of time, as Dag has difficulty in letting go of unfinished business with no definite outcome. Guyper puts his paw on Dag's hand and slowly nods his head, letting Dag know that he's got his friend's full support. Thanks, Guyper. I'm gonna need it. After having some sandwiches for lunch, Dag quickly gets to work on figuring out the 2 clues left by Patrick. So apparently there are 2 keys hidden in this apartment somewhere. One is located below the ocean waves, while the other is above the true sky. Patrick also has a daughter called Syria. I don't know anyone by that unusual name. For now, I should focus on below the ocean waves and above the true sky. Now that I think about it, Garn looked rather surprised when I told him about Patrick. Guess I'll pay him a visit. He's the only lead I've got. Care to tag along, Guyper? Worried for his owner, Guyper decides to tag along with Dag this time. They make their way down to the ground floor to search for Garn. Dag discovers that Garn is nowhere to be seen, so he decides to search the bear out in his private room. However, he is suddenly called by a familiar voice. Ah, Daggy. Didn't see you at lunch today. Daggy. So, where are we off to today? Okay, what's your deal? Oh, whatever do you mean? Don't play dumb. You keep looking at me in awkward ways and asking odd questions. And don't think that I haven't noticed you always staring at me in light bite. Kilrain just continues to stare back in Dag's eyes in absolute silence, almost looking mesmerized. Then, after a small moment of silence, a small smirk creeps its way onto Kilrain's face. I like it when you're angry. Having just about enough of Kilrain's nonsense, Dag ignores the man and pushes on ahead to meet with Garn. But what Kilrain says next catches Dag's attention. By the way, I found a bugging device in my room. What? Bugging device? It allows one to eavesdrop. In other words, spying on another for, I don't know, secrets, maybe? Take care now, won't you? This new information is rather grave on Dag's mind. This is the first time he's heard of such a device and can't help but wonder who could have left it, or even if Kilrain is telling the truth or just messing with him. However, he knows that now is not the time and tries to focus on his main objective for now. As Dag is about to knock on Garn's door, he realizes that the door is left half opened, just like his own room. Wait, could this be the same culprit? Garn, you in there? But there is no response from inside the room from anywhere. Thinking that the bear could possibly be in danger, Dag instructs Kuiper to stay put while he heads in to investigate. Garn? Not here. If it's the same person who's after Patrick's suitcase, then what reason could there be to break into Garn's room? If Garn's room has also been broken into, then he can't possibly be the intruder. Dag's mind eases up a little from knowing that his friend might not be the culprit after all, but he still continues to question why the culprit broke into the bear's room as well, especially when nothing seems like it's been taken. Dag quickly scans the room for any possible differences and can't help but stumble upon the portrait of Bailey again, but it's what's lying beside it that catches his attention. What the? It's Patrick Gonzalez, and he's standing next to Garn? So Garn did know Patrick all along. Dag's thoughts begin to run wild as he loses himself in the photo. Discovering this photograph, Dag now knows that Garn definitely has some sort of connection to Patrick. However, this also puts the bear back high up onto Dag's suspicion levels. Whether he likes it or not, Dag can't deny the proof that he's looking at. Dag flips the photo over and sees some odd symbols on the back. Huh? What is this? Rather than analyze the clue now, Dag feels that he's overstayed his welcome and quickly makes his way out of Garn's room. I hate to say it, Kuiper, but it looks like Garn is involved somehow. After learning of this troubling information, Dag decides to return to room 8 to sort out his thoughts. On his way there, with his mind occupied, Dag accidentally bumps into someone on the stairs. Oh, my apologies. However, the quiet figure doesn't reply and only glares with his one big eye at Dag, emitting a rather creepy and grumpy presence in the air, before he descends the stairs in silence. What's his problem? Bilf Wades, a Rezel, another alien race that came to live here on this planet many years ago. This guy gives me the creeps ever since he moved in about 2 weeks ago. Every time I cross paths with him, it's like he stares right through me. Well, I suppose it's not entirely his fault since all Rezels have one large eye. Other than his name and that he lives in room 1, I don't know anything about him. Ignoring Bilf for now, Dag continues his way up to room 8. However, as he approaches the room, he again sees that the door is left half opened. Again? Wait, I can hear someone inside. Okay, Dag, get it together. Relax. Kuiper, we'll charge in on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3! No. Dag? I didn't notice you there. Now knowing who the culprit is, Dag relaxes his body a little and returns to his usual posture. Kuiper, who is standing beside Dag's leg, begins growling ferociously towards the bear, as both of them are rather upset with the betrayal of trust. Garn, what are you doing in here?
I wasn't doing anything in here.
Garn, answer my question. Why are you in here?
'Tis me apartment. I can go where I dang wants.
Please, Garn, answer my question. Dag and Garn continue to lock eyes at each other in silence, as if the awkward tension between the two is lasting forever. But then, suddenly, Garn breaks the frozen of time and finally answers Dag.
'Tis a secret.
With Dag distraught over his friend's betrayal, Garn quietly makes himself out of room 8. Dag stands in absolute silence for a moment, not even moving a muscle. His thoughts continue to swirl ferociously around inside his head, giving him a headache. To no surprise, Dag shows confusion on his pale face, not really sure what to think and trying to comprehend what had just happened. He becomes even more depressed in his mood, with more anxiety beginning to build up in his weary body. Not knowing what else to do in this situation, Dag breaks out from his frozen body and slowly drags himself towards the bedroom door. However, Kuiper stops Dag by patting him on the leg and looking up at his owner with concern in his red, worrying eyes. I'll be fine. I just need some time alone to think things over a little, alright? After staying in his bedroom for 5 hours, Dag finally decides to emerge, considering that it's coming up to lunchtime. Hey Kuiper, were you keeping watch this whole time? Kuiper nods in response with much determination in his eyes, since the room has already been broken into twice now. It's no wonder Kuiper is on high alert to protect himself and his owner. Knowing the hare's reasons, Dag shows his appreciation with a smile. Since it's lunchtime, Dag prepares a small meal for Kuiper.
Here you go. I'm gonna have dinner at Light's bar. Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't see you there.
Hey, listen. I apologize about last time.
No, I shouldn't have asked such a personal question in the first place. No worries, okay, Dag? Now that we're friends, would you like to walk down with me? With their small issue now resolved, Dag and Anne make their way down together to the ground floor. Well, I'm going out now. I hope to speak with you again soon. See you later, Dag. Now alone, Dag takes a glance at the reception desk to see if Garn is anywhere in sight, since he still feels rather awkward about meeting the bear again. However, he realizes that he is the only one in the area. Dag takes a huge sigh of relief, grateful that the awkward encounter is extended, if only a little. However, he knows that the time will inevitably come when he needs to demand answers from the bear. Good afternoon. Our special today is gammon seasoned with tomato puree sauce.
Great. I'll take one of those.
As Dag scans the bar for any empty tables, he realizes that the place is actually quite busy tonight. A fair few of the apartment's residents, such as Loom, Bilf, and Kilrain, are seated on individual tables and stools around the bar. Dag decides to take a seat by table 4, but on the way there, he is suddenly stopped by a familiar voice.
Dag!
Catching his guard off a little, Dag quickly turns behind and instantly feels a rush of anxiety course through his entire body, making him feel rather cold but also hot and bothered.
Have you tried the special yet?
I just ordered it.
Ha ha! Is something wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Since he's already in this situation, Dag feels that he should come straight with Garn.
Look, Garn,
Excuse me. Startled by the interruption, Dag and Garn are caught off guard. The two look down to one side and quickly notice Loom sitting on table 3. She gazes up at the both of them with her emotionless expression and adds, Garn swipe, yes? And, oh yes, Mr. Dag Paragon, was it? I do hope you'll forgive me, as I didn't recognize you with all your clothes on.
Dag? What's she been nattering about?
It's not what you think.
In any case, I'm trying to have my dinner in peace, and therefore don't need your loud bickering over me. So, if you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you took your conversation somewhere else.
Well, Dag, I've got stuff to do. Hope you enjoy your grub.
Dag has mixed feelings about Garn. He can't shake the fact that his friend snuck into his room and won't say why. And to add more confusion, Garn is already back to being his usual friendly self, like nothing ever happened. For now, Dag just tries to focus on having his dinner. After finishing his dinner, Dag makes his way back to the reception, where he hears some loud banging on metal.
Ugh! Come on! Stupid junk!
Dag sees that the teenager is struggling to open her locker door since it's quite old and rusted. Every resident of this apartment has their own private locker door, which is attached to the wall by the reception.
Here, let me.
Dag grabs the metal handle with both of his large hands and gives it a few good tugs. Him being much larger than the teenager means he has more strength to his advantage. After a few tugs, the locker door eventually gives up and swings open.
There you go.
Whatever. No one asked for your help anyway.
The teenager then grabs the contents inside the locker room and quickly stomps her way up the stairs.
Serial Glensberg. This rude teenager lives in room 2. Since moving in 2 weeks ago, I haven't really gotten to know her. She mainly stays in her room doing who knows what. Anyway, apart from her attitude, she always seems so distant. Wait, her name is Serial. Yes, Serial is the name of Patrick's daughter. But the Serial living here, her last name is Glensberg. Could this be a coincidence? Only way to know is to ask her myself.
Dag quickly makes his way to room 2.
Yeah, hold on. You better have a good... Oh, it's you. If you came expecting a thanks, then forget it.
It sounded like you're expecting someone. Are you?
That's like none of your business?
Look, I know this is sudden, but do you know a guy called Patrick Gonzalez?
Immediately asking this question, Serial's eye widens slightly, but she quickly looks off to one side, trying to hide her expression. However, Dag has already caught on to this reaction.
If you know something, then tell me. Judging from your earlier expression, were you, perhaps, waiting for Patrick? This is important. Tell me.
Enough! Who do you think you are, huh? Coming here and asking me all these questions. I don't need to take this crap. Get out of my face!
After screaming at the top of her lungs, Serial violently slams the door in Dag's face. Dag feels absolutely horrible for pushing Serial to extreme limits. He again becomes hot and bothered as he thinks about his own selfish actions. However, among this chaos, he did learn that Serial is definitely hiding something. As Dag is about to make his way back to room 8, door 1 suddenly opens.
What's all this commotion?
Dag's body twitches a little since this is the first time he's ever heard Bilf speak.
Oh, it's nothing. Me and the girl from room 2 just had a little disagreement is all.
A word of advice. Stay away from what girl, if you know what's good for you.
You sure that's advice you're giving? Sounds more like a threat.
However, Bilf completely ignores Dag's question and quietly closes the door. Dag's frustration turns to anger and he now desperately wants to demand Bilf some answers, but he knows knocking on the door won't really get him anywhere since Bilf likely won't answer, so he just keeps his emotions bottled up and heads back to room 8. With so much conflicting thoughts in his head and not knowing who to trust, Dag just takes it easy for the rest of the day in his bedroom.